Say whatever you want to say.
I don't think you get it past a wily veteran like him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he says, Throw it out there, see if it sticks.
Let's go ahead.
Howard, I wanted to ask you about your experience so far working with, Jeff Collins, just kind of what's it been like being around, obviously his energy. It sounds like he wants you all to, play more aggressively this year. Just what's that whole experience like?
It's been a great transition, honestly. He's brought a lot of fire and energy to our defense, like you said. And I feel like he's also let the guys kind of just be themselves and, make plays and just, embrace the chaos, embrace the chaos it is of being defense, embrace the chaos that he brings, and just be a family, all be one together.
Does it feel freer when you're out there, playing and getting reps in?
Yeah, I feel like it feels a little bit freer. Then I also feel just he just lets us play with a different kind of edge. He's an edgy guy himself, so he just wants us to be on edge all the time. So.
How have you tried to embrace the chaos?
Just go ahead full speed, full throttle, and trust his word and trust what he has aligned for us, and give him everything he got because he's coming in to give us everything he's got. So.
What's it been like sort of assuming the leadership role? Sid was here, he was loud, and now you're in that role sort of in the middle.
Me and him both led together last year and just kind of picking up a little bit where he's left off, and of course the vocal spot, just how loud and how vocal he was, just kind of picking it up in the sense of just taking that next step of taking in my leadership, and the guys looking at me as the leader to lead this defense and be vocal and let them know like what the standard is and what the tone is for the day.
How's it sort of passing it down to Amari?
Amari, he's a more of a young veteran. He's like a rookie, but he's a vet, so he's way ahead of the game in terms of just the scheme and everything. And he's a great player, and he's going to be a great player for years to come.
What were some of the personal points of emphasis for you to apply this year and maybe enhance your stock at the next level?
I would say just improving each and every day, staying where my feet are, and just improving each and every day in terms of scheme, in terms of technique, in terms of eye discipline, and just bettering myself and improving my stock and improving myself each and every day, 1% better every day.
We hear eye discipline a lot. I'm curious to know from your vantage point, what is eye discipline for you in your position?
Eye discipline for me in my position is seeing my keys, the line scheme, reading the line scheme and diagnosing exactly what the line scheme is giving me so I can know exactly what play is going to be run. And just being in the right position at all times.
So how much of a process is that for being a young guy when you came up to where you are now?
I would say freshman year, just being behind Gimel, just learning from him. Then sophomore year starting. Then my junior year, I feel like it really slowed down my junior year. Then now it's game, with a new coordinator. It's slowed down a lot to where he can bring a whole new defense in and I can pick it up really quick.
So now it's kind of like refining.
Yeah.
Howard, what are the linebackers being asked to do differently or the same from the defense you were in last year with Coach Chiswick to the defense you're in this year with Coach Collins? Is there a big difference?
I feel like it's not a big difference. I feel like the same thing. To be leaders of the defenses, play with the edge, and make plays. Get everybody lined up in the correct alignment and assignments, and play smart and play tough.
And so the scheme is, would you say the scheme is similar? Or?
The scheme is similar.
How is your job affected a little bit by the rush position, which was Jack, which was hybrid? How is that spot different now, and how does that change what you do, or does it change it at all, or how do you guys kind of sync together?
I don't think it's necessarily changed at all. I feel like we just kind of within the defense, not ask them to do as much, but to be rushers, ends, and defensive ends, not to be as much so drop back pass guys and play in a lot more space ones and play and affect the quarterback more.
Howard, some of those guys, obviously, you and Amari kind of, in there being the main guys right now. Who are some of those guys, I guess, under y'all, if you want to say, on the depth chart that you've kind of seen, make strides throughout the spring?
I feel like every single one of them has made strides. We all got great players in our room. I would say I'm going to start with Mike Short, Caleb Laverly, Ashton Woods, a freshman that's just come here, Cade Law, all those guys, each and every day, they do great things and they get better each and every day. You'll never see them make the same mistake twice. So.
No.
One of the things that along those same lines that Jeremiah's talking about is, Mac has been saying forever, we need to play more guys, we need to play more guys. You've played 1,000, a million snaps here. Like, can those guys the Michael Shorts, the Caleb LaValleys, can they be ready to play this season to give you guys more rest?
Yes, sir. Of course. I feel like I trust those guys because I see what they do each and every day, and I see the strides they make each and every day. We got a great room. We got a special room of guys, and they bust their tail each and every day, and they understand what's going on in the defense. So I feel like by the time August comes and we really fine tune and we all just focus on football, I feel like they'll be ready to go.
Power, what's it been like having coaches in your ears this time rather than have to catch everything from silence?
Well, I had a little bit of that during the bowl game last year, and I feel like it's really cool. It feels like you know, you're like in a war battlefield and you got like a walkie-talkie next to your ear.
You kind of are, right?
But I feel like it helps a lot, especially for the younger guys that play the mic position. And you know, they being in the headset and just kind of let them know what's coming at their way and what to look for within the play. So I feel like it helps a lot.
Power, we're hearing a lot of positive things about Travis, about how he's changed. He's up front row in all the meetings. He's always on time. He's doing all the things he's supposed to do, and his play on the field has improved a great deal. What have you seen from Travis?
I've just seen Trav honestly just grow up and be who we want him to be and who he needs to be for this team just to take the next step. Especially when he first got here, when his freshman year, I feel like he was just young, he was just himself, but I feel like he's kind of grew up now and he's understanding his importance to this team.
As the leader of the defense, is there a Travis moment where you said, this is different, this is more a mature Travis now?
I would say I've always loved Travis ever since he got here. He's my dog. But honestly, I would say I usually get here early in the mornings, and I've kind of just seen him being there at the same time I've kind of been there. So I was like, yeah, he's locked in.
Is that a surprise?
No, it's not a surprise. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I see you.
All right, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I was watching the ACC like practice that you guys had. Did Jeff Collins name a drill after you?
He did. It's called. I think it's called a Ty White drill now. Ty kind of took the name, but it's basically a drill where you throw the ball up and you gotta like strain and dive to get it. But
yeah. Is it a rotating of who?
Just rotating whoever catches the ball doing that same instance. So.
Or I meant like, is it a rotating of who gets the name of the
Yeah.
Okay.
On the helmet communication that Tommy was talking about, do you all have to practice like you coming out and do you trade? Well, I guess do you trade the helmet?
You got two separate helmets, right?
Yeah, we have two. So right now I don't have the walkie-talkie in my head. It's mostly for the mics and the young guys. But right now, as far as the season will go, I'll probably have a mic more. But I already know how the mic goes now, so I already don't need it from me in the standpoint of I kind of know the defense a little bit more fine-tuned than the young guys, so they probably need a little bit more than I do right now.
I got you. I just didn't know if because don't you have, if he comes out, doesn't he have to give it to someone else?
Those guys will have two helmets. So if he comes out and he wants to talk to Amari, like we're not left, but you can only have one on the field
Right.
at a time.
One, the
Which would
quarterback and the
probably
line.
be him
Sure.
during the season. But if he's getting a blow, it could be Mike Short, it could be Amari.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't know if they were practicing the trade-off or
I
whatever.
don't think we need to yet.
Yeah, I got you.
The green dot helmet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wanted to ask a little bit about your pre-game or pre-practice routine. Like, what do you eat and drink to make sure you're filled up?
I would say pre-game, I like salmon, rice. I keep it a lot light, then Gator Lights and a whole lot of water throughout the day. So just stay hydrated, because we're gonna go out there and play a lot of snaps. So stay hydrated, stay fresh, and never cramp up or anything like that.
Yeah. Did you navigate that routine with the nutrition department with the team?
For sure. I feel like they helped me a lot, especially with the Gator Lights. I feel like it was a new thing last year, and they really help a lot in replenishing my electrolytes.
And specifically, what's your relationship like with Amber and trying to just figure out what works the best for you?
Great, especially when she first got here. She really helped me work well with what I liked, what they had for me, and what just trying to figure out what's best for both of us within the nutrition. So.
And as someone who saw, I guess, pre-Amber versus Amber now, what difference did she make when coming to the nutrition department?
I would say more organization, but how can I put it? More, not rigorous, but just aggressive organization. She's fired. She's fired up. She's fiery, but she makes sure everything she really wants us to have everything that we need to make us perform the best on the field. So.
And is there anything specific that she introduced you to that you're a big fan of?
I would say just micromanaging and trying to figure out what's best to eat throughout the day and what I can do, what times I can best eat throughout the day to make sure I maintain weight.
Yeah. Are there any certain foods that you really enjoy that she's introduced you to? Or drinks?
I would just say honestly, Gator. Like that's
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
Common answer, yeah.
Howard, with Jeff Collins and the defense and just the aggressiveness and the pressuring that it looks like you guys are going to do, like, have you seen anybody, a DB maybe, getting in there on a blitz where you've been like, wow, this could really sort of highlight this guy's strength, or a DB that you didn't know was good at rushing the passer before that you have seen like, man, this guy can, he can get off the edge and get after the quarterback. Anything like that?
Trey Miller, Stick Lane. Then we have DeAndre Wilkins coming back after injury, and he'll be back with us. And by May, off an ACL injury he suffered during fall camp last year. And I feel like it plays well into his playing style, how aggressive and physical he is as a defensive back. So those three guys, I feel like you'll see them pop up on the screen.
Staying on the DBs, I actually wanted to ask you about Tyrann Stewart or Dooley. He's somebody that, Mac Brown and honestly Jeff Collins has, kind of mentioned in that, cornerback slot. Coming from that JUCO level, like kind of how have you seen him, step up, and how would you characterize him?
Dooley is a dog. Like you said, he came from the JUCO level, so he has a chip on his shoulder, and he comes out every day and plays with a fire and passion and energy and swag that you can't replicate.
You good? All right.
Thanks so.